The aftermath of World War II was a time of immense suffering and destruction, and from it emerged the United Nations, a beacon of hope that emphasized diplomacy and unity over war. In 1944, representatives from the United States, the United Kingdom, the Soviet Union, and China gathered in Washington, D.C. They agreed on the aims and structure of a new international organization that could promote peace and cooperation among nations. Then, in 1945, delegates from 50 countries came together in San Francisco to create the United Nations Charter, the founding document of the UN. The UN was built on some core principles: peacekeeping, cooperation, human rights, and development. It became a platform for nations to resolve conflicts peacefully and to work together to create a brighter future. Today, the number of member states has grown from 51 to 193. The UN currently has 5 main bodies. The General Assembly is the main deliberative body of the UN. It's where all 193 member states gather to discuss peace and cooperation among nations and pass resolutions on things like development, human rights, and international law. The Security Council is responsible for maintaining international peace and security, as well as deciding where and how UN peace operations are carried out. It can also authorize peacekeeping missions or even take enforcement actions like military intervention. The Secretariat is the administrative branch of the UN. Led by the Secretary General, it does all the day-to-day work, like managing peacekeeping missions and providing information and research to member states. The International Court of Justice, also known as the World Court, settles legal disputes between member states and gives legal advice to other UN bodies. ECOSOC is the heart of sustainable development at the UN. It helps countries work together on economic, social, and environmental challenges. It also supervises agencies that tackle important issues like health, education, and children's rights. A 6th main body, the Trusteeship Council, was established in 1945, but suspended its operations in 1994. Today, the work of the UN is focused on 5 main areas: maintaining international peace and security, delivering humanitarian aid, protecting human rights, upholding international law, and supporting sustainable development and climate action. The UN works tirelessly to prevent and resolve conflicts. The Security Council deploys UN peacekeepers to conflict zones in Africa, Europe, Central Asia, the Middle East, and the Asia-Pacific. The UN also negotiates peace agreements and supports reconstruction efforts. When people are affected by disasters or conflicts, the UN is there to provide vital aid. It delivers food, clean water, shelter, and medical care through UN agencies. It also provides aid to refugees and people facing migration challenges. The UN is also on the front lines of worldwide health. The WHO coordinated global responses to the COVID-19 pandemic to ensure there was effective international effort to combat the virus. The UN drafted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, and since then, it has promoted and protected human rights worldwide. Specific UN bodies monitor and report human rights abuses, advocate for marginalized communities, and support democratic governments. The UN helps develop and enforce international law, including treaties and conventions on issues like disarmament, trade, and human rights. In 2015, the UN created 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These global goals aim to make our world better by 2030, and they tackle issues like poverty, inequality, sustainability, conservation, and more. The UN also works to bring nations together in a global commitment to combat climate change. Through the work of climate change bodies and annual climate change conferences, the UN has secured landmark victories like the Paris Agreement, a legally binding international treaty on climate change. Since the first General Assembly in 1945, the United Nations has stayed true to its foundations and has been a platform where the world can come together and collaborate to make a better future.
If you liked this video, you can find it and so many more at ClickView.net. Sign up for free today.